I feel I'm complacent at work, so I'm looking for motivation today. I feel I'm complacent at work, so I am looking for motivation today. This is what someone told me recently at a training day. I feel I'm complacent at work, so I'm looking for motivation today. And you see, what happens in reality is this. Once the initial excitement, challenge of a new job is gone, what happens? We settle into a routine. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when we get bored. When we get bored, we get complacent. And when we get complacent, we get disengaged. Welcome to JTInTheRaw, coming to you live from Canberra, the capital of Australia, and I am right where ScoMo starts work next week. Good morning, Lance. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Jamie, Susan, Eugene. Great having so many people on board. Good morning, Dave, Matty O. How are you? Great having everybody on board this morning as we discuss complacency in the workforce. Chris Stevenson, good morning. Over there in the United States, JP Richardson, how are you? This is the home of our parliament. I'm down here in Canberra and it is 4 degrees. It is freezing. So wherever you are in the world right now, in the comments, tell me the temperature or give me an emoji of what the weather is like. It's fine here, but it's cold. Look, watch. Frosties. Tell me, what's the weather like in an emoji in the comments below? What is going on? How is everybody? How's your week been? Question of the day, what's the temperature? Give me an emoji in the comments below. Hey, today I'm going to give you 5 strategies to reduce complacency in the workplace. 5 complacency strategies. That is what we are going to work on. Oh yeah, Debs, I love your comment. I love it. I love it. We're going to talk about that today. We are going to give you 5 strategies. I'm also going to tell you what complacency does in the workplace and how it screws us up. First of all, I've got some shout outs. I can shout it out loud because there's no one around down here at Parliament House. No one is here. So what do we got shouting out? I've got a big shout out today to Big Sean, Chris and Linda, who are 3 of my coaching clients, and they have done an amazing job over the last 30 days. Congratulations, you 3. Well done on what you're doing in your business. Big shout out to Daniel, who I had a session with this week, and Daniel got a really powerful insight into pricing. It's the most basic one that I could have given him, but he walked away and went, wow, that is awesome. And sometimes in business, we just need a second set of eyes to look at what we're doing to give some ideas. I thought it was simple. He hadn't heard of it. He hadn't thought of it, but it had a powerful impact on him. That is the beauty of having an external person look at your business. All right, who else have I got to shout out? Big shout out to John. John invited me down to his Pilates studio at Brookvale called Vive Active. And boy, oh boy, was it a radical Pilates place. I'd never been to one with neon lights, mirrors on the roof, funky music. It was very cool. If you're in Brookvale, go down and check it out. Vive Active, really cool. Good morning, Shane. Morning, Nicole. Great having you on board. And a big shout out to everybody that came to the training session I did down here yesterday in Canberra. It was a great session. I really want to thank all of you for 2 things. The number 1 thing is your attitude to learning. You came with a great attitude and you also came very honest. So I really appreciate the honesty that you guys shared during our training session yesterday. Thank you. I'm grateful. Makes my job so much easier when I have people with a great attitude and people who are going to be honest with me. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk complacency. JTInTheRaw, show 147, complacency. Okay, in reality, it can happen to everyone. You see, the routine of work begins and therefore so does monotony. The routine kicks in and it becomes a monotonous job that we begin to do. And that becomes our challenge. Because why is complacency bad? I'll tell you why complacency is bad. Was Miller. I'll tell you now that you've joined the show. Complacency leads to poor service. Complacency leads to negativity in the workplace. Complacency leads to a lackluster attitude. Complacency leads to a disengaged team member. I don't care whether we're talking about a whole business, a department, or even a sporting team. If they become complacent, they become disengaged. And when we have a disengaged team, we then have turnover. In fact, we don't have any choice. We have turnover. We're going to lose people and we're going to get rid of people because of that disengagedness. Is that even a word? So, here's what I know. If you're the leader of a department, a business, or a team, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility. You can't shirk away from that to keep your team engaged. To keep them engaged. Keep them engaged with challenges. But here are the 5 strategies that I want you to think about. And if you love the idea of these 5 strategies as I go through them, hit me up with a love heart. Remember, question of the day for those that are joining me, what is the temperature where you are? Because it's 4 degrees here in Canberra. It's cold, but it's fine. So put in the comments below what the temperature is or give me an emoji for your weather. All right, here are the 5 strategies. Number 1. In order to reduce complacency, number 1 is remove obstacles. Remove the obstacles that make it challenging to do the job. You want to give your team all the tools that they need in order to do their job. And we need to meet with them regularly to get feedback on how to get better. If the team has some sort of buy-in to how to make their job better, they're going to plug in to what we're doing. So we need to meet with them regularly to gain that feedback on how to get the business better, how to perform better, how to hit higher heights. Number 1, remove the obstacles to work out how to get better. If you like it, give me a love heart now around number 1, removing the obstacles. Number 2, this is my favorite, to be honest. Number 2 is my favorite. To reduce complacency in the workplace, we need to give meaning. We need to create meaning for our team on what they are doing. We need to ensure they know how. They need to ensure, we need to know, we need to ensure that they know how what they do every day creates a bigger impact. That's what we need to do. We need to show how what they do every single day has a bigger impact on what we do as a business. We need to ensure that they understand the larger purpose of our business. They need to understand our why. As leaders, we've got to tell our team why we do what we do. We've got to tell our team the meaning behind what we do. We've got to tell our team the purpose behind what we do and how they individually impact that why, that purpose, that meaning. Give me a love heart if you like that, because I reckon this is the key to getting rid of that complacency, having people understand how they impact the direction that the business is heading. If you like that one, give me a love heart right now. Thanks for sharing your temperatures and the weather emojis out there. Cold in Perth, Carol. Morning, Braxy. Number 3, you want to reduce complacency? Empower your team to make decisions. Empower your team to make decisions. You see, when they make decisions, they feel engaged. If you as the owner, you as the leader of the business, the department, the team, are always making the decisions, there's no buy-in for the team. Allow them to take some ownership. Allow them to feel challenged. And I want you to make them feel valued. I want you to make them feel trusted. And I want you to make them feel supported. I want you to make them feel supported, because when you do, you're empowering your team to make decisions. When you take that decision making away from them, they can get disengaged. They get bored. And we know before I talked about what happens when they get bored. They get disengaged. Ladies and gentlemen, empower your team. If you like that one, give me a love heart right now. Steve Bowen Bones, How are you down there in Melbourne? What is the temperature down there in Melbourne? Number 4. Now, depending on your business, this may or may not be easy for you, but number 4 is a critical one to keeping your team engaged, and that is show them a career path. Show them what is possible when they work for you. Show them where they can go. I've got the whole Pinnacle Health Club team on now. James Infantino, good morning. Show them the career path. Spell it out for them. You start here, you do this, you do this, you do this, and this is where you go. You come in here, you hit these KPIs, you get this bonus. You come in here, you hit these KPIs, you get this promotion. You come in here, you do this, we do this professional development with you. Spell it out so it is in black and white, and they understand if what they do gets them this result, then they're in, then they're stuck, then they're in. Number 4 of those 4 strategies is show a career path. If you like that one, give me a love heart right now. If you like number 4, show a career path, share that one with me. All right, number 5. To reduce complacency in the workplace is celebrate. Celebrate. We need to give our team things to look forward to. We need our team to feel like we're making some success, we're making some inroads, so let's have some celebrations. They don't have to be big, they can be small celebrations. They don't have to be expensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You just want to celebrate the wins. I'm a big fan of celebrating small wins. I love small wins and I love celebrating them. And when we do that, we keep our team engaged with where we are heading. We keep them engaged because we're just reinforcing with the positive behavior. We're reinforcing with celebration. It doesn't have to be big, but it needs to be meaningful. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the 5 strategies around reducing complacency in your department, your business, or indeed your team, your sporting team. What are they again? I'll give you the 5. Here they go. Remove obstacles. Create meaning in what they do every day. Empower your team to make decisions. Show a career path. And number 5, celebrate small wins. Which one of them resonate for you? Which one do you like? Give it to me. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Put it in the comments below. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. I'll go through them again. If this one resonates for you, give me it in the comments. Number 1, removing the obstacles. Allow them to do their job better. Number 2, create meaning behind what they're doing. Number 3, empower your team more. Number 4, show them a career path. Take time to show them the direction that they can head. And number 5, celebrate small successes. Which one is it for you? Thanks, Chris Stevenson. Number 5, celebrating small wins. I love it. What's for you? Tell me in the comments below. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, whether you're watching live or on replay, put it in the comments below. Nicole McKinnon, number 5, I love it. Lance, 1, 2 and 5. Carol, number 3, empowering your team. JB Richard, number 5, celebrating successes. James, number 3, empowering your team. Guys, you are rocking the house. Thank you. James Hunt is sitting in his boardies at Narrabeen. I'm so jealous, it's freezing. Matty Fletcher, number 2, create meaning. That one is a big one for me, creating meaning behind what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know anyone that could get benefit out of watching this show, I'd be really grateful if you tag them in the comments below. Really grateful. Tag them in the comments below and they can learn these 5 strategies to reduce complacency in the workplace, in a business, in a department, or indeed in a sporting team. What are they? Share them in the comments below, tag them, really appreciate it. What is happening for me next week? Well, you might well ask. Let me tell you, I've got a few coaching calls next week. I'm doing some work on the Fitness Industry Technology Summit. Again, if you haven't booked yet, I know Amanda Brax is watching, and I know Braxy, you are coming. Great to have you there. If you have not yet booked for the Fitness Industry Technology Summit, put FITS in the comment below. I will send you the link and you can register. I will also give you a discount on how to attend. FITS, F-I-T-S, in the comments below. Big thing for me next week, next Tuesday, I am doing band supervision for Zoe at school. Can't wait for that. That's an hour and a half of my life I won't get back. But I'm super proud because next week, Zoe, my daughter, mate, 10-year-old, I have to think about how old she is there, is off to a sports leadership day. So she's going off to be a leader, learn how to be a sports leader. So next week, maybe on JTInTheRaw, I'll tell you what she learned at a leadership day. Hey, today's show's been all about reducing complacency in the workplace. Why is complacency? Why do we want to get rid of it? Well, it's simple. Complacency leads to poor service, it leads to negativity, it leads to a lackluster attitude, and it leads to disengaged employees, and that leads to staff turnover. And none of us want staff turnover. So here are the 5 strategies again around reducing complacency. Number 1 is remove obstacles. Number 2 is create meaning in what we do. Number 3 is empower your team. Number 4 is show a career path. And number 5 is celebrate the wins. And if you're just joining, I want you to put 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 in the comments, whether watching live or on replay. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. What are you going to work on? Let's finish with quote of the week, coming from our national capital, where our PM will be here very shortly to do some work. Here is quote of the week. A bored employee can become complacent quickly. Your role, don't let them get bored. Let me say that one again. A bored employee can become complacent quickly. Your role, don't let them get bored. One more time for the dummies. A bored employee can become complacent quickly. Your role, don't let them get bored. You've been tuned into JTInTheRaw, show 147. As always, thanks for tuning in. Very grateful to everybody that's here. Feel free to tag anyone you think could benefit from the show, and I will catch you on the flip side.